Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 favorite movie insults. Yes, insults in movies. Yes, I thought this was a pretty fun idea for a top 10 list. And when it comes to insults in movies, sometimes they're just offensive, sometimes they're just stupid. But occasionally they can be either laugh out loud hilarious or just really enjoyable and just really quotable. Some of them are just some of those quotable lines in film. And I just thought, strange enough, I just thought I'd make a top 10 my personal favorite movie insults. Insults characters say to each other in films, and yeah, I just thought this would be a fun idea for a top 10 list, and yeah, there's a lot of great ones, and there's some I might not mention, but you know what, these are just my 10 personal favorite movie insults, and yeah, I'll try to do the impressions of the characters while saying the insults. I'm a terrible impressionist, so bear with me. I have them all written down here, because some of them are a bit long, I might have to read them off, but yeah, let's get to it. Anyways, here's my top 10 personal favorite movie insults. Alright, coming in at number 10 is from the movie Troy, and this insult is said by Achilles to Agamemnon, and yeah, basically he's like, "You sack of wine." it's a great line. In this scene, basically Agamemnon is the king, and he basically wants Achilles to basically be his, like, bitch and stuff. You know, Achilles just took the beach of frickin' Troy, but he takes the girl, Perseus, and he takes her away from Achilles, and basically he starts, like, threatening her, and is like, "Oh, tonight I'll make her draw me a bath." And then Achilles is just like, "You sack of wine. By the end of this war, I'll be looking down at your corpse and smiling." Just like, oh, such a great line. It's just because, you know, back in this day there wasn't swear words and stuff, so what else do you call a fat pig of a king? You call him a sack of wine. They used to love drinking wine back in the day, so it is quite the insult. And of course the ending insult, "I should look down at your corpse and smile." Just, from the movie Troy. Troy's a great movie, and just that insult, it always gets to me, and it's one of my favorites. Coming number 9 is from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and this is from Steve Martin's character. This is basically the part of the film where he's just almost fed up, and this one guy's like yelling and stuff, and then basically Steve Martin says to him, he's like, "If I wanted a joke, I'd follow you to the John and watch you take a leak. Now you gotta help me out or not." It's just such a great line. It's just such a smart-ass line, and just, again, this is the part of the movie, he's almost had his wits' end. He's just angry and pissed off, and he just wants to get home. I know everyone's probably going to be thinking, what about the F-word scene in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? Yeah, I guess it's sort of, well, the only kind of insult he gives to the chubby girl is when he says, "You can start off by wiping that fucking smile off those rosy fucking cheeks of yours." Yes, that's probably like the only insult but through the whole F-word scene, he's not really directly insulting her, he's just fed up and just being really rude and angry and stuff. And as much as that's such an iconic scene, I think this insult is much funnier. It's just such a, "Oh shit, oh snap." Just like, "If I wanted a joke, I'd follow you into the John and watch you take a leak." It's such a great line. It's just a funny Steve Martin line. And just, again, it just shows you that this character he's just getting so angry. He just wants to go home. So anytime someone annoys him, he just has a really funny insult back at them. And yeah, just that insult is just my favorite when he says to the guy. So yeah, that's one of my personal favorite insults. Coming number 8 is from The Breakfast Club. This is a classic John Bender insult, and that's when he says to Dick, I'm sorry, Richard, and he says, "Does Barry Manilow know you rate his wardrobe?" Just, so classic. Well, of course, the "eat my shorts" line, the "fuck you," like the classic insults too, but that one just always gets to me. That's just a classic line from this movie. Like, anyone who quotes John Bender always knows that line. "Does Barry Manilow know you rate his wardrobe?" Well, you're gonna find out next Saturday in detention. That's another one. Stay going to prison, you're gonna come here. So yeah, Breakfast Club's one of my favorite teen movies, one of my favorite John Hughes movies, and that insult, classic. Coming number 7 is from A Fish Called Wanda. This is from the character Otto, played by Kevin Kline, the best character in the whole movie. Kevin Kline steals this entire film, and this line he says to John Cleese's character is just so great. Basically, Otto is always being called stupid because he is a really stupid character. It insults Otto, and Otto doesn't really have an insult back at him, so he just like starts like saying words and insults to him, and it's just the funniest thing ever. And I have it written down because I don't have it memorized off by heart, but yeah, this is what Otto says to John Cleese in the film A Fish Called Wanda. "Well, you stuck-up, snot-nosed, English giant twerp scumbag fuckface dickhole asshole. Such a great line. Yeah, he calls everyone an asshole. Asshole! Like, yeah, I just love that. I love that insult because he's just like stuttering the whole time, just like how I was talking right now. He doesn't know what to say to him because John Cleese is just such a smart judge and he's just such a British witty guy, and Otto doesn't know what to say, so he's just like, you fucking dick asshole jerk. It's like he doesn't know what he said, doesn't even know what to say. It's a hilarious scene. It's just a very funny insult. Coming number 6 is from the movie Misery. Yes, this is another one of my favorite scenes in this entire film. I love Misery. Again, one of the best performances ever. Annie Wilkes, freaking Kathy Bates, amazing. James Caan's also great in this movie as well. This movie is just a great Stephen King adaptation. And the ending insult he says, one of the last words James Caan says to Annie Wilkes, is just fantastic. This is the end of the movie. He's rewriting the Misery novel for this stupid, crazy bitch, and basically he thinks of a plan, and basically after he's done writing, he lights it on fire, he grabs the typewriter, and bashes Kathy Bates' head in. It grabs the paper, jumps on top of her, and shoves the paper down her mouth, and then he says to her, eat it till you choke, you sick, twisted fuck. Just like, well, yeah! Woo! Go James Caan, you tell that bitch. It's like, he's been like held captive by Annie Wilkes for months and months. She's been torturing him. She beat his legs with a sledgehammer. She made him burn his novel, and she's making him rewrite his final Misery novel. And she's been doing all this for him, and she's probably in the end gonna kill him too. So he just had it, he grabs the typewriter, bashes her head in, and just says one of the greatest insults ever in a thriller, and I just love it. Every time he says that line, you sick, twisted fuck, anytime he says that, I'm just like, yes, you tell that bitch. Such a great line, such a great insult. Coming number 5 is from the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Again, this is another classic insult. This just goes to show you how much you're standing up for someone you love very much. This is from, the scene is actually Charlie's grandfather insulting Willy Wonka to his face. Because this is at the very end of the film, only Charlie and his grandfather, they're the only people that made it through the factory. And basically Willy Wonka just shows them the door and says leave. Charlie doesn't get a prize or anything like that. And Charlie feels very hurt, and then of course his living grandfather sticks up for him, and he says this to Willy Wonka, which is great. I love it. I have it written down because I can't memorize it all. He says to him, you're a crook, you're a cheat and a swindler. How could you do a thing like this? Raise a boy's hopes and dish all his dreams away? You're an inhuman monster. Oh wait, dish his dreams to pieces, not away. Anyways, you're an inhuman monster. Oh, just such a great line. Such a great insult to Willy Wonka because, again, he's doing this to his grandson, and his grandson, they're very poor. This has been his dream, is to be in the Willy Wonka factory, and Willy Wonka just doesn't give a shit. He basically just sends him out. He's like, yeah, you can go now. And of course his grandfather sticks up for him and insults him and calls Willy Wonka a monster. And then that's what opens Willy Wonka's eyes. Well, when Charlie goes and gives him, the thing, the candy and stuff. But yeah, that just also opens Willy Wonka's eyes and realizes, like, these are good people and Charlie deserves the factory. Charlie deserves a happy ending. And I just love it. It's someone sticking up for a family member, and it's a great insult. It's a classic. Coming number 4 is from Army of Darkness. Yes, this is another classic, very cheesy one. Again, I have it written down. This is from Ash from Army of Darkness. Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I've got news for you. You ain't leading 2 things right now. Jack and shit, and Jack just left town. Oh, so good, just so good. That is so Ash. Groovy. Again, I love the Evil Dead movies. They're corny films. Army of Darkness, really cheesy film. Fucking love it. I love all these damn movies. And Ash has really quotable lines in the second one and Army of Darkness, but that insult, what he says to that whippersnapper knight, is just so great. Just classic Ash and classic insult. Coming number 3 is from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Yes, Shane Black's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, one of my favorite neo-noir films of all time, my favorite Shane Black movie. This insult is so good. This is from Perry, the character Perry, played by Val Kilmer, probably was the best character in the film. You know, I love Robert Downey Jr. as Harry and Perry, haha, gay Perry and Harry. Yeah, he has a lot of great insults throughout the whole film. Perry, like the insult he says to Harry when he's like, there's like a 7% chance, 7% chance? Who taught you math? Just really funny scene, but my favorite scene is when he goes up to Harry, again, because Harry does something stupid, and he basically goes up to him and he says, look up the word idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find? A picture of me. No, the definition of the word idiot, which you fucking are. Just, oh, so good. That is a clever and smart and hilarious insult. Just an insult to Harry's intelligence, because Harry sometimes thinks that he's smart, but he's not at all. Perry's actually smart, even though Perry's an asshole. But yeah, I love that. Just look up the word idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find? Picture of me? No, the definition of the word idiot, which you fucking are. Just, it's so good, so simple, so brilliant, so funny. Coming number 2 is from the first Toy Story film. Yes, nostalgia. One of my favorite Disney films of all time. One of my favorite Pixar films of all time. The very first Toy Story movie. And yes, this is the insult, the classic insult from Woody and Buzz. And yeah, alright, I'm gonna do the whole, I'll try to do the whole scene. Again, I'll paraphrase, I might mess a few lines up, but yeah. This is the scene from Toy Story. Everyone knows this scene. You are a toy! You're not the real Buzz Lightyear. You're an action figure. You are a child's plaything. You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. Just so good. I love it because that is so Buzz Lightyear. Because Buzz Lightyear actually thinks he is the real Buzz Lightyear. He thinks Woody is the crazy one, even though he's the crazy one. And basically what he just says to him is just like, he does have pity for him. He thinks he's just this sad, pathetic cowboy who just envies him for no reason. Because again, he thinks he's the real Buzz Lightyear who just wants to go back to his planet. And he's just got this deranged cowboy off of him and he just shakes his head. He's just like, you are one sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. It's so great, so classic, and just it shows you the dynamics of these characters so freaking well. And again, it's one of my favorite insults in all of cinema. Alright, for my number 1, I'm not going to say it yet. I'm actually going to say the insult first. I want to see if you guys can guess what movie it's from. I'm going to try to do the voice as best I can. I can't do impressions really well, so I'll probably fail the impression incredibly. But I'm wondering if you guys can actually get this insult, this quote from this movie before the ending, because at the ending of it, this character says the character's name, who he's insulting. So let's see if you can get in the first like 5 seconds and you know what this is from. Kudos to you. All right, let's do the insult. You know what you look like to me with your good bag and your cheap shoes? You look like a rube, a well-scrubbed, hustling with a little taste. Good nutrition is giving you some strength of bone, but you're no more than one generation from white trash, are you, Agent Starling? Oh yeah, yes, that's right. My number 1 is from Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter, the Chesapeake Ripper, if you watched the show Hannibal. But yeah, Hannibal, what he says to Clarice Starling, because again, Clarice is getting on his nerves. When he first meets Clarice, he doesn't like her. Come on, he even says to her, I ate his liver with a pair of fava beans. But yeah, he hates Clarice, because Clarice can't stand him. She just thinks he's this creepy sociopath, which he is. But yeah, he has had enough of her bullshit and stuff. And again, he's more smarter than she is. He knows more about Buffalo Bill and stuff. He doesn't want to really give her the information, and she's getting annoyed. And basically, he just says this insult to her, and it's just a booyah to her. It's my favorite insult in all of cinema. And again, there's a lot of great insults in Silence of the Lambs, but this one is just so classy. It's just so Hannibal. That it's just so his character. It's not like a straight up rude insult. It's just a really good zinger kind of insult. And yeah, it's a personal favorite of mine. It's just a personal favorite of mine. Just a really good insult. So yeah, that was my top 10 personal favorite movie insults. I hope you all enjoyed this top 10 list. It was a weird one, but hey, I liked making it. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, what are your top 10 favorite insults in movies? I'm curious to know your opinions. So yeah, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.